I'm going to share my screen and put this audio on. Now, hopefully it should work. So I'm just going to share that now. So don't worry, there's nothing on the screen. So what I want you to do now is we're going to go through this meditation. We're going to go through this experience now. And I'm going to mute myself in a second. But I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this now and just listen to my voice on this audio, and it'll guide you through. It's about 24 minutes. And just follow the instructions and everything that I am saying.
The fire. When you want to access infinite wisdom, when you want to seek the answers that you require, it's important to put yourself in an elevated state. In this recording, I'm going to take you through 3 sets of breath of fire. This is a simple, rhythmic breathing exercise where we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Before you listen to this recording, make sure that you're in a safe, comfortable place. Each of these sets in between will have a 30-second pause where we will keep our palms facing upwards and feeling the sensations and energy through our body. During this exercise, you may feel some discomfort. You may feel a tingling in your body. As we experience what we experience, you will start to gain more clarity. Think of the questions that you might want to ask your higher self to get that guidance. So now find a comfortable place where you'll be free and undisturbed. And let us begin. I want you to start by just closing your eyes down. And just be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. And as you do that, just take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out. Just take another deep breath in. Breathe out. And this time just breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And now we're going to go through a round of very quick breathing. About 30 breaths just in and out. And if you need to move your body whilst doing this, that's perfectly fine. So just listen to my breath. And I'll count the first ones in. So I'll demonstrate now. Just listen. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And this is the pattern that we're going to use. A quick breath in and a quick breath out. So I'm going to count these 30 breaths with you. So I want you to breathe in when I say breathe in. Breathe out when I say breathe out. Just make yourself comfortable. And we'll begin. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
as you focus on my
breathe out.
Voice,
breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
as I start to
breathe
talk,
out.
your
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
You're starting to elevate.
breathe out. Breathe in, 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 breathe out. Now bring your breath back to a natural pause. And as your breath settles, I want you to express and experience gratitude towards yourself for your being, to someone you love,
Thank you.
appreciate, or connect with.
I love you.
Extending it further
I'm sorry.
out to the world, to infinite consciousness,
Please forgive me.
for being here to support you.
Thank you.
With this gratitude, now focus on your heart.
I'm sorry.
Experience love
Please forgive me.
and a light transmitting from your heart. This is your love and compassion. See your love and compassion expanding and transmitting from your heart for yourself,
Thank you.
for your surroundings,
I love you.
for the city that you're in, for the country, for the continent,
Please forgive me.
for the earth, for our galaxy, and for the infinite universe. As this love energy expands and envelopes the universe, you realize that, like the universe, you possess infinite love within you. This love is your connection to the source. As you are connected, see yourself, feel yourself in the metaphysical plane. This is the universe. This is where love hangs out. Welcome to this place. And as you focus on your breath and set into this metaphysical plane, you'll find there is maybe an entity walking towards you, a voice that's behind the critical voice. This is the source of manifestation. It is your guide. It may appear as a person, an animal, or a light. It may be formless, shapeless. But just allow, hear, feel. You just stay in this place now. Share your desires. Ask, what is it I truly desire? What do I seek? Show me my relationships with loved ones. Show me my health. Show me my career. Show me my abundance. Show me how I live, where I live, how my day unfolds. Show me my friends. Show me my guides, teachers, gurus, and leaders. Show me my supporters. Then ask any questions. How would you have me serve one consciousness? How would you have me serve the world? The source may have the answers to all of these questions, a different set of questions, or some of these questions. It's all perfect, just allow it to be, knowing that it will unfold. And if you gain no answer, try reframing your question in the way you would seek guidance, as if asking a friend. And as you continue this conversation, just allow yourself to be here in this moment. And as you do this, do you think these thoughts, they'll be drifting away? And we're going to go take another round of this breath of fire. So again, when you're ready, and just be aware of your breath, be aware of your body. And as you do that, just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out. Just take another deep breath in. breathe out. And this time just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And now we're going to go through a round of very quick breathing. About 30 breaths just in and out. And if you need to move your body whilst doing this, that's perfectly fine. So just listen to my breath. And I'll count the first ones in. So I'll demonstrate now. Just listen. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And this is the pattern that we're going to use. A quick breath in and a quick breath out. So I'm going to count these 30 breaths with you. So I want you to breathe in when I say breathe in. Breathe out when I say breathe out. Just make yourself comfortable. And we'll begin. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
If you focus on my
breathe in,
voice,
breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
So start
breathe
to
in,
talk to your
breathe
subconscious
out.
mind.
Breathe in, breathe out.
You'll start to
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
accessing
breathe out.
consciousness.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
You're accessing
breathe out. Breathe in, breathe
parts of
out.
your mind.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Bringing
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in,
focus on
breathe
the
out. Breathe in, breathe 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 out. Now bring your breath back to a natural pause. And as your breath settles, I want you to express and experience gratitude towards yourself for your being, to someone you love, appreciate or connect with, extending it further out to the world, to infinite consciousness,
Thank you.
for being here to support you.
I love you.
With this gratitude, now focus on your heart. Experience love and a light transmitting from your heart.
I love you.
This is your love and compassion.
I'm sorry.
See your love and compassion expanding and transmitting from your heart
Thank you.
for yourself, for your surroundings, for the city that you're in, for the country,
Please forgive me.
for the continent, for the earth, for our galaxy,
I love you.
and for the infinite universe.
I'm sorry.
As this love energy expands and envelopes the universe, you realize that, like the universe,
Thank you.
you possess infinite love within
I
you.
love
This love is your connection to the source. As you're connected, see yourself, feel yourself in the metaphysical plane. This is the universe. This is where love hangs out. Welcome to this place. And as you focus on your breath and set into this metaphysical plane, you'll find there is maybe an entity walking towards you, a voice that's behind the critical voice. This is the source of manifestation. It is your guide. It may appear as a person, an animal, or a light. It may be formless, shapeless. But just allow, hear, feel. You just stay in this place now. Share your desires. Ask, what is it I truly desire? What do I seek? Show me my relationships with loved ones. Show me my health. Show me my career. Show me my abundance. Show me how I live, where I live, how my day unfolds. Show me my friends. Show me my guides, teachers, gurus, and leaders. Show me my supporters. Then ask any questions. How would you have me serve one consciousness? How would you have me serve the world? The Source may have the answers to all of these questions. A different set of questions, or some of these questions. It's all perfect, just allow it to be, knowing that it will unfold. And if you gain no answer, try reframing your question in the way you would seek guidance, as if asking a friend. And as you continue this conversation, just allow yourself to be here in this moment. And as you do this, as you think these thoughts, they'll be drifting away. And we're going to take another round of this breath of fire. So again, when you're ready, and just be aware of your breath, be aware of your body. And as you do that, just take a deep breath in and breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out. Just take another deep breath in. Breathe out. And this time just breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And now we're going to go through a round of very quick breathing. About 30 breaths just in and out. And if you need to move your body whilst doing this, that's perfectly fine. So just listen to my breath. And I'll count the first ones in. So I'll demonstrate now. Just listen. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And this is the pattern that we're going to use. A quick breath in and a quick breath out. So I'm going to count these 30 breaths with you. So I want you to breathe in when I say breathe in, breathe out when I say breathe out. Just make yourself comfortable. And we'll begin. Breathe in, breathe out.
As you focus
breathe
on my
in,
voice,
breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
As I start to
Breathe in,
to your subconscious
breathe out.
mind,
Breathe in, breathe out.
start to elevate.
Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Now bring your breath back to a natural pause. And as your breath settles, I want you to express and experience gratitude towards yourself, your being, to someone you love.
Please forgive me.
Appreciate or connect with, extending it further
I love you.
out to the world, to infinite
I'm
consciousness,
sorry.
for being here to
Please forgive
support
me.
you. With this
Thank you.
gratitude, now focus on your heart.
I love you.
Experience love
I'm sorry.
and a light transmitting
Please
from
forgive
your
me.
heart. This is your love and compassion.
I love you.
See your love and compassion expanding and transmitting
sorry.
from your heart, for
Please
yourself,
forgive me.
for your surroundings,
Thank you.
for the city that you're in,
I love
for
you.
the country, for the continent,
I'm sorry.
for the earth,
Please forgive me.
for our galaxy, and for the infinite universe. As this love energy expands and envelopes the universe, you realize that, like the universe, you possess infinite love within you. This love is your connection to the source. As you are connected, see yourself, feel yourself in the metaphysical plane. This is the universe. This is where love hangs out. Welcome to this place. And as you focus on your breath and set into this metaphysical plane, you'll find there is maybe an entity walking towards you, a voice that's behind the critical voice. This is the source of manifestation. It is your guide. It may appear as a person, an animal, or a light. It may be formless, shapeless. But just allow, hear, feel. As you just stay in this place now, share your desires. Ask, what is it I truly desire? What do I seek? Show me my relationships with loved ones. Show me my health. Show me my career. Show me my abundance. Show me how I live, where I live, how my day unfolds. Show me my friends. Show me my guides, teachers, gurus, and leaders. Show me my supporters. Then ask any questions. How would you have me serve one consciousness? How would you have me serve the world? The source may have the answers to all of these questions, a different set of questions, or some of these questions. It's all perfect. Just allow it to be, knowing that it will unfold. And if you gain no answer, try reframing your question in the way you would seek guidance, as if asking a friend. And as you continue this conversation, just allow yourself to be here in this moment. So just allow yourself to be, to listen. And in a moment, I'm going to count you back from 5 to 1. And you're going to come back to your full awareness, feeling energized, feeling focused. And just pick up your pen and your journal and write what comes up instinctively in your mind. Read back the truths about what you've experienced. Reframe those thoughts with gratitude and love, and reload the infinite wisdom into your conscious mind, knowing it is done.
So, how is everybody? Angela, are you there? Have you come back?
Oh, yeah. Oh, how do I do
Okay, so
Yeah.
how are you feeling? How was that?
Amazing.
Did you
Yeah.
feel I actually one of the reasons I'm gonna admit one of the reasons why I did that as a recording instead of doing it live was because I actually did it myself. So I'm kind of a little bit
Yeah, a little bit sort of lightheaded.
Does it feel as though your body is expanding out?
I feel a bit like my head. I feel a bit like my head is. My head feels a bit yeah, swollen. Swollen brain. Yeah.
Okay, so what physiologically happens here? So we'll do a bit of science because that was quite a woo-woo thing, right? That we just did then, and you can do whenever you want.
And I don't have a pen either, but there's so much I need to write. But I'll try and remember everything.
So so you can do this at any time because if you go, as I say, if you go to steppingoutofthevalley.com, you can get this as a free download. There's also another meditation in there called Stepping Out of the Valley. So there's some freebies on there, so you can just go and get them. And if anybody's watching this on Facebook, if you watch it on replay, it's still going to be there. You can go and get it. It's fine.
A bit like I can't see.
Right. So can you just see that just by going inside and just going through that breath work and just breathing, my energy feels like, so I do Reiki. So at the moment, my aura feels absolutely massive.
My lips feel a bit tingly.
Yeah, right. Because we've got that breath into our body, we've shut down, and as Susanna said, actually, she put on the chat, she said we do this in yoga, and it's a pranic breathing exercise, and it's a way of it seems weird because it's like breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. It doesn't seem calming, but what it's actually doing is there's a nerve that runs from the base of your brain down to your colon. Okay, it's called the vagus nerve. In woo-woo terms, this is the line of your chakra points, right? So if we're to look at those chakra points, they actually correlate to this nervous system, this vagus nerve. And as part of our nervous system, we have two parts of our autonomic nervous system, our parasympathetic nervous system, our sympathetic nervous system. And this is what we call our fight or flight response. Okay. So what happens is, if you ever feel anxious, if you ever feel anxiety, sometimes it can feel like a cloud that descends down. And it's like, you can't focus, you can't concentrate, you can't, it's just, this is when panic comes in, right? This is why, when I said about that kind of that panic attack, this is why breathing is so important. And there's different types of breathing that you can do. But what happens is when we breathe like this, the mind can't focus on doing quadratic equations, right? It can't focus on that critical mind. It has to focus on what it's doing. And when we breathe deeply, or we do these breathing exercises, what actually happens is the cortisol that's in our brain, our mind, that shuts down and puts us into that fight or flight mode, gets turned off very quickly. And if we do it within 5 seconds, it takes about 5 seconds before we get hijacked. So if we notice, so as I explained in that story when I saw it last week, is I noticed, oh, this doesn't feel right, something's wrong here. And what my body is saying is, I need to go inside. I need to find out what's going on. Okay. So doing these breathing exercises shuts that part of the critical mind off, allows you to go inside and just be. Okay. What actually also happens is going into the quantum field and quantum physics, is that when we breathe and we activate this, we actually activate parts of our brain. So there's a part of our brain called the pineal gland. It's also the third eye. So I don't know if you ever get any visualizations kind of when you're looking of like a halo. For me, it's kind of like a green halo with a purple dot. That's when I know my third eye is activated. There's actually a crystal. There's some crystals in your pineal gland. And this is how manifestation happens. Because when we raise our vibration, when we extend that out, and certainly when we do something like that and then we write things down, we're emptying all the crap out of our body. And when we empty the crap out of our body, what that allows us to do is to say, I'm free to bring the stuff into my life that I need right now. And you start to see these synchronicities happening. And I have this all the time. I was working with one of my coaching clients this week, and I'm not going to mention her name. She's not on this call anyway, but she hadn't worn a dress for 10 years, right? She was feeling really, really lonely. And after doing some of this stuff and working with me, all of a sudden, some old school friends out of the blue connected with her. She then got invited to go out, and for the first time, she went to buy a dress, and she's put a bit of weight on, and she thought she was a certain dress size. When she went to try the dress on, she put this dress up. When she put the dress up and tried it on, it was too big. She actually went down 2 dress sizes. And it was all from going inside. So the answers that you seek. Night, Susanna, I know you said you've got to give the kids, you put the kids to bed. Thank you very much for being here. And I'll speak to you soon. So what she was saying was, it was just weird that she went inside, she found this stillness, and she was allowed to get rid of that stuff. Now, what we've just done now is a tiny, less than 1% of what we do on the course, or what I do when you work with me. But I just wanted to give that as a gift to people. And if anybody's on Facebook, I'm just having a look, see if there's anything on Facebook. Nothing on Facebook at the moment. If you're watching this on Facebook, put a comment in. What did you experience? If you're gonna do this over the next few weeks, what did you experience? Let me know. Because it's really interesting how when we just allow ourselves to be present, and we allow ourselves just to listen past that critical voice, and we journal it down, there are so many things that can come up. So, Angela, just give me, is there anything that came up? You obviously don't share anything you don't want to share, but.
No, immediately when I first went into meditation, my head wanted to go back like that.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, and I found it really difficult to move it forward. Obviously, I was in that meditation. So I kind of, the first 2 cycles, my head was back, but not on the bed. And by the time I got to the 3rd cycle, I had to then lay down because my head was so heavy. And it was doing this kind of forcing up motion. And then I wish I'd written it all down now. I can't remember the stages. Right. The first person that came was actually Jesus.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting that.
Are you religious?
Not particularly. Not. I have been off and on. If that makes sense. Yeah. But not. That isn't somebody that I necessarily would think was in my mind.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that happened, and then the second time it was just a light. It was white and with a little bit of gold. The 3rd time, the person that came was actually myself. Is that weird?
Just by yourself. Not weird.
It was actually me. It was actually me, and I was talking to myself. Strange.
So none of that. So let me explain that second one.
But there was lots of other stuff which I'm happy to share. But yeah,
go for it. Share away.
Well, when it said when I was asking what is my purpose, I can't remember what you said now. What is my purpose, or what am I meant to be doing? In my head, that's what I was saying. Because I'm a nurse, but I'm in pale blue and band. I was in navy blue in the dress with the nurse's belt. I was doing what you're doing, because this is really the way I want to go. The work that you do for other people. I was doing that. I was in an office. I had case notes, and I was piling the notes up and carrying them off. And then I was in Africa. I just was in Africa. Amongst a tribe, an African tribe, and I was part of that. That was my tribe, and that's where I was. My family were with me, but that's where I was. Yeah.
So what's really interesting, let me pick up on that. So, as you know, I'm a former police officer, you're a nurse. Okay. We know that the NHS is, forget people wanting mental health services, right? Doctors, nurses, they're screwed, right? People are in a really, really tough place. Just by doing that sort of stuff, can you see how centered, how grounded people might be just doing that exercise? And how, if we were to bring more of this sort of stuff into the NHS and be open more to understanding ourselves scientifically, neuroscience, one of the things that I'd love to do, by the way, is I would love to put somebody in a CT scan, get some neuroscientists and do what I do and see how the brain is firing up. I'd love to do some clinical trials. I'd love to do all that, but it's a tough ask, right? Because the NHS is just firefighting all the time. So when somebody like myself comes along and goes, listen, been there, done that, this is where I am, I understand what that is like in that environment, how can I help? It's like, this is exactly what we need, but computer says no.
Yeah.
And this is one of the challenges. And when I train, so RTT, so rapid transformational therapy, which is the thing that I learned from Marissa Peer, which is part of one of the tools that I use, the amount of doctors and nurses that we're now training, but then they want to go and take this back and they have to leave the NHS to be able to do this.
Mm.
So we're losing just amazing, empathetic people.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, I was watching there's a program on iPlayer, what's her name, Worsley. She does all the history programs. And they did a thing on witches, which was quite interesting because we had Halloween yesterday, right? And what was really interesting, I know a lot of the history behind this, but witches at the time, back in the 15th century, were what we call doctors and nurses now.
Wow.
So this thing that witches are evil and all the rest of it actually wasn't the same. They were healers. But what happened was that they became so powerful at healing and helping people. They were critical to the communities that the people who wanted to control everything wouldn't allow them. And the church got involved, and the church basically said, we'll look after the metaphysical religion. You just look after the physical health. And if you track the history around the time of the Reformation, when we had all the witch trials and we had the church took over everything, and then they basically split this in part and said, okay, you can look after the physical, we'll look after the metaphysical and the spiritual. And we're still doing that nowadays. We are spiritual beings that are in a physical body. Then they're not separate entities, but we treat them separately.
Yeah.
And this is why one of the biggest challenges that doctors have and the NHS has is because it's set up and focused on physical, not metaphysical.
Yeah.
So we're applying the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
We're applying physical practices. So one of the great things, if you want to have a laugh, okay, if you want to, when you're in work, if you speak to a psychologist or you speak to anybody in mental health or any doctors, okay, ask them this question. It's great because it just screws their head up. When you say, okay, when it comes to mental health and psychosis or anything like that, what is the main reason for that? Okay. And what will they say? It's a chemical imbalance in the brain.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they normally say. And that's why they give you drugs for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Ask this question. That's really interesting. What moves the chemicals?
Right.
Now they'll probably say it's obviously because it's a chemical, biological, electrical thing. So it's actual electrical pulses and stuff like that move it around. But then you go deeper. So okay, so if it's that, what moves that? What moves this? What moves? And it all will come back to energy.
Energy. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything is energy.
But I think like you're saying, treating things separately, there's so many patients, there's so many people that need this service that are missing out. I've had this conversation so many times recently for myself that I think I want to do more. And it's money, isn't it? And or putting in, really, we should just be, I think I'm doing it anyway with my patients. I think I naturally just, that's my strength, put it that way. I'm more kind of the empathetic kind of social, psychological, that kind of nurse, rather than working with machines. I do work with machines, but I'm much more drawn to that side of it, and I think that's more
my connection, right? If we feel connected, if we feel loved, if we feel, it's the placebo effect, right? So placebo is Latin, it means the physician within. And it's interesting that when you look at stress, so if a patient feels as though they can trust their doctor, they can trust their nurse, they're going to be more relaxed, right? If they're in a high state of stress, another word for distress is dis-ease. Take the hyphen out, disease. Words are powerful and your mind is listening. So if you look at that from a pure physiological point of view, is that, I don't know if I've got it here. Let me see if I can find my, I don't know if I've got my, no, I haven't. I can't find my, oh, here we go. So if we look at this is a Chinese finger trap. Okay, so this is mental health. So if I'm trapped in my mental health issues, what I want to do is I want to get away from it, right? I want to pull away from that darkness. But I'm trapped. I can't. The more I pull away, the more stuck I become. However, when I lean into it and I let it be and I notice it, I can then release myself. And there's a great lady called Dr. Susan David, PhD, and she says this, and I'll leave everybody with this comment, is if ever you feel anxious, if ever you feel that overwhelm is coming, all you need to do is to do this. Imagine that overwhelm is like a cloud, and you say, I'm noticing the cloud, I'm not the cloud. I'm noticing the anxiety, not I'm noticing my anxiety. It's not your anxiety. Just changing my to the changes everything. I'm noticing the anxiety. I'm noticing the difference. I'm noticing the overwhelm. I'm noticing the cloud. And even when you're happy, I'm noticing the sun. I'm noticing I'm happy. And notice how your body reacts. But notice that you're not the cloud. You're not the sun. You're the sky. And you can create the feelings that you have inside. You are the creator. You're Jesus. Was Jesus there in your mind? Yeah, right? Who's to say it wasn't Jesus?
How cliche is that? How cliche is that?
I know, it is cliched, right?
Like, what?
But my point is who's to say what you saw, what you experienced? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But going back to the start of the conversation, if you were to have that conversation with somebody and you have that experience and that wholeness and you connect with source like that, and people go, you're a weirdo, judgment.
Yeah. You
lock it inside, shame and guilt. And then you have to try and validate it and say, no, this is what I did. But what if we could give everybody that experience? How much better would the world be? How much little illness would there be? There wouldn't, right? And for me, that's what it's all about. It's all about not saying that one therapy or one technique is better than the other, but it's coming together and going, let's do something that's going to move people towards happiness and not fear.
Yeah.
Because that's where we are at the moment. And that is what my Stepping Out of the Valley course is about on the 13th. That's when that starts. And this is what I'm teaching people, is this stuff, is to step into fear, because fear isn't bad. Fear is just understanding, why do I feel judged? Why do I feel shame? Why do I feel guilt? Why do I need to validate myself? And once you understand that, you can go, okay, I now feel brave enough to take action. I'm now going to choose to change my life. I'm now going to trust the process and I'm going to step forward. Yeah. But to do that on your own is really, really difficult.
Yeah.
And that's why when I left the police, well, actually, not when I left the police, before then, when I had the experience that you've just had, the first time that I had that experience, I made a vow to help anybody who wanted to understand how to heal themselves.
Yeah.
That's why I can help get rid of PTSD in one session. I can help people stop smoking in one session. So when you say it costs money, it doesn't. I think it costs the NHS for about 25 rounds of PTSD treatment is about $6,500. I can do that for 10% of that cost. So actually, when you start to understand this stuff and you start to, it's actually quicker, more cost effective.
If it's worth it to you, it's cheap, isn't it? If it's worth it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you need to, I think you need to be in the place to accept that that is your next step.
Yeah, and that's what this masterclass is about tonight. It's to try and open people up to the possibility of what might be different.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end this masterclass, but I'm gonna say thank you very much, Angela, for being here. It's such a shame that people can actually get on the masterclass. But I'm going to repost this. If anybody's watching this, I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'll put it on Facebook. I'll put it all over the place. Please comment. If you want to know more, please get in touch. But the 13th, so that's 2 weeks, isn't it? 2 weeks Sunday, I'm going to start my stepping out of the valley. I'm probably going to do another one of these next week at some point. Okay. So, Angela, keep in
Brilliant.
touch. Tell me how you got on. And can
I've got
ask-
loads more to tell you. I need to write it all down.
Write it all
There
down.
was a lot. There
Get
was
in
a lot.
touch with me. And what I'd ask is anybody who's watching this, anybody who knows somebody who might get benefit from what I've just done and all the stuff I do, please let them know that I'm here, because I'm here to serve people. I'm here to help people. And if you are stuck, if you're stuck in that valley, then get in touch. I'm here to help.